Good morning! I'm gonna prepare some breakfast and then we can chat about what's going on. Breakfast is served. There's a bunch to do today and I will take you with me while doing it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Katie. This is my doggy Logers. And together with my husband we converted this 2022 Mercedes Sprinter van. Long story short, I'll link a couple videos here. We're now traveling in an unfinished van. Usually we're boondocking or free camping. The good thing about this week was we had a stationary bathroom and shower, and I'm about to use this one last time because I gotta check out in a couple hours, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna benefit off of this and take a little shower. See you in a second. It's raining on and off right now. We have a little dry window, so I'm gonna pack up. We're supposed to leave in like half an hour here, and I still have a bunch of utilities to do. I took a shower, but I went into my old clothes because I know I'm going to eventually be drained. I gotta handle urine, trash, and stuff like that, so they can go into the wash after that. So let's get started here. First time we were on a campground, I drove off without unplugging our shore power, so it stuck with me. And every time I'm driving, I'm like, oh, shore power. First we're gonna do this before doing any other chores now, and the sun is out again too. About 7 minutes for our fresh water to fill up. I'm not paying attention right now how far we are along. Also, our water tank was not all the way empty yet, but we have an overflowing valve, so I'm not going to have like a big mess or something. If you followed our builds, we put our shore power underneath the van, for example, and didn't want to have any other signs that we were a van, because obviously we are a pretty big rig already, and pretty obvious that we're van lifers, I feel like, so we still wanted to keep it as stealth as possible. It's full! One last thing before we're leaving. I might throw up. It's actually the first time for me emptying all of our pee-jugs. We do have a porta potty in there, and we actually didn't use it at all these past weeks since we're living on the road. We've primarily used the bathrooms here the past weeks, or tried to go in public bathrooms. If that's not possible, we're peeing in a jug. Probably not the only ones doing it. If so, excuse us, but it's worked for us pretty well, especially midnight peas. Let's get to it. Continue. I literally just put gas into the tank when I got a notification that we have some additives missing, which is the DEF fluid, which stands for diesel exhaust fluid, I believe. I'll go to AutoZone because it's the closest place that has it. Not really the cheapest here, but I need it now, and we're gonna fill it up in a second. Stuff you gotta do when you have a diesel. The def is filled up now. It's like 1.5 boxes that I've used, so probably about 3.5 gallons or something like that. And when I got here, I got jumped on by what I call flip. It's like a huge grasshopper. Now look what I apparently did. I didn't mean to. I swear, I didn't mean to. Can we just say this wasn't me? They were having the time of their lives, and apparently I crushed them right behind the wheel well. Poor guys. I found this cute little trail. At least it looked like it was cute online. Online. I found it online on Google Maps. My favorite activities are usually provided by nature. So we're gonna enjoy our afternoon and our walk, and once we're back, I'm gonna list the cost breakdown of our first month for you. I'm sure we could have done better. I honestly think our highest expense was probably gas. We had a pretty good hike, or it was not really a hike. We had a pretty good walk. Alright, let's talk money. I had to write down all the expenses and actually look up what we're spending, because you kind of lose track if you just swipe a credit card rather than having hard money and seeing it actually go away. Whew, where do I start? Our probably highest expense a month is food. I shall say it was also my birthday last month, and we cooked for a couple of friends, so it was not just like our regular foodie month. We spent about $692 on groceries and dined out for about $523. When I looked at it, honestly, I couldn't believe it. I'm a little bit ashamed, but I had pretty good food the past month. Followed by food, we had some entertainment. As I said, I tried to actually keep it pretty low and do anything that is available for free. However, we went to 2 lighthouses and a plantation, which costs some money, and we spent about $135 on entertainment last month. I feel like that can fluctuate though. The miscellaneous thing, I didn't know if I wanted to put it at fun things and entertainment or not, because I broke my surfboard doing one of the fun things outdoors that would have been free, but it ended up costing $25 because I broke my surfboard. Yay! It seems to be a birthday tradition, by the way. Last year I broke my surfboard as well. Shame on me. Our phones are about $150 a month, which we're also using for hotspots. And then I have a Spotify subscription because I'm listening to a bunch of audiobooks and podcasts and whatnot on the road, and it's pretty nice to have that without any advertisement. One thing that is essential and that we have to do quite often, and depending if we're around our friends, they sometimes let us do laundry there. Thank you, friends. Otherwise, we're going to a laundromat, and it costs us about $30 a month, or last month at least. As we had to put some of our stuff into storage, we have to pay for a storage unit monthly. If you're planning to do van life full time, you might be able to store your stuff at your parents' house or your friend's house, or you might not even have enough stuff to rent a storage unit, but for us it's $116 a month. So now to the expense that I thought was going to be the highest for sure, but it's not, still paying off the van. And I'm not including that on here. The insurance for it is about $89. Yeah, I actually had to renew the tag, which was $50, but it's a yearly thing, so it's definitely not a monthly occurrence that we have to cover every month. We spent about $20 for traveling, as in Sun Pass, which is covering toll roads here in Florida. We decided to stay on campground, the Florida Keys, which were quite pricey, as well as a campground around here in St. Augustine, which comes up to a total of about $849. We spent about $869 in gas, which is quite a lot, but it got us to all those beautiful places we got to see this past month. I know that gas prices fluctuate depending on your location too. We tried to use some apps to determine what the cheapest price is. I honestly didn't calculate how much the grand total is, so I'll blend it in here because I'm not gonna do the math right now in my head. It's probably gonna turn out wrong. So here it is. Every month can definitely look differently. It was, I would say, probably more on the pricier side last month. It was still a pretty good month. Living in the van, I'm excited for our upcoming travels. If you liked hanging out with us, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and we'll see you next week.